Howdy folks, I'm Doug Hunter. Some of you may know me as the Cowpoke Cook. And today is all about cornbread. Going along with the No Fear Turkey video that I posted earlier, I thought I'd show y'all some tips on making some good cornbread and good cornbread dressing. So y'all sit back, enjoy the video, and let's get started. Good dressing starts with good cornbread. So today we're going to make some jalapeno cornbread. We want to start out by preheating our oven to 425 degrees. Place 1 tablespoon of unsalted real butter in a 12-inch cast iron skillet and slip it in the oven while it's preheating. Once the butter's melted, you want to take it out, swirl it around, then set it aside while we're mixing our ingredients up for the cornbread. Okay, we've already got most of our dry ingredients in here, which is cornbread meal, salt, sugar, baking powder, a couple of eggs, and now we're going to start adding in cream style corn. That's a 15-ounce can, and if you want the full recipe, it'll be posted on the page. Once we get the cream style corn in there, we're going to start mixing this up until we get the consistency that we want. We're probably going to have to add a little milk to this to thin it out just a little bit. Once we get this start mixing in, we're going to add 2 chopped jalapenos and about 1/2 of an onion or 1/4 of a large onion into our mix. And we'll just continue mixing this up until we get a pancake batter-like consistency. Maybe just a little thicker than that, maybe a waffle type batter consistency. This is the consistency that we're looking for. Once you get there, you're ready to go. Okay, now all we need to do is add that batter right into your cast iron skillet. And don't forget, that skillet came out of the oven, so it's hot. So, I like to just kind of give it a little shake. Let it even out. We're going to pop her in the oven at 425 degrees. She's going to go for about 20 minutes or so, and ought to be good and done. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. Since we're cooking cowpoke style, I'm going to use boneless, skinless chicken breast in the dressing that we're making. And we're going to cook this out on the grill. So right now, while my 2 batches of cornbread are cooking, I'm going to season this up and toss it on the grill, and this is pretty simple. We're going to start with a little olive oil and just rub that off in there. And then we got us some red pepper flakes, some paprika, a little black pepper, some sea salt, some chipotle chili powder, and some garlic powder. I've got the grill sitting out there heating up, probably on a medium-high heat. We're going to actually wrap this thing up so that it gets good and tender. We're going to toss it out on the grill, and when we get done, we'll cube it up and put it in our dressing. Alright, it's been about 20-25 minutes. We're going to check on our cornbread. It looks like it's done. It's got a nice golden color to the top of it. We want to double check. The best way to do that is take a clean butter knife, stick it in the middle. If it comes out clean, which it did, it's done. So we're going to set this aside and let it cool off. I've got another batch going. Once that gets cooled off, and I'm going to go check on the chicken, and we'll get started on the dressing. Alright, our cornbread's cooled off, our chicken's done, it's sitting over here resting before we cut it, and I'm going to show you how to get this cornbread out of a cast iron skillet the easy way. Remember, we put some butter in the bottom of this and preheated this skillet up before we started cooking. There you go. Perfect shot of cornbread. We're going to have some cornbread dressing going on here in a little bit. We'll see you then. Okay, our cornbread's cooled off. We've got it crumbled up. I got the chicken breast off the grill. We've got it chopped up. And while I was letting that cornbread cool, we sweated down about a cup of celery and a cup of onion. We're going to put that right in here with the cornbread. And add the rest of these ingredients. Got all of our spices already mixed out. We're going to start out by mixing this by hand. Trying to get all that mixed in there, and then we'll start adding. I've got 2 cups of chicken broth. We may not have to have it all, but we'll add it in there until we get a dough-like consistency that we're looking for. So we just want to add a little bit at a time until we get what we need. And don't be afraid to get your hands down in here and get them dirty. It's the best way to mix all this up. Now once we get this mixed, we're going to put it in a roasting pan. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Probably going to take 2.5 hours, depending on how thick you make it. I would suggest after about 2 hours, you start checking on it periodically. It should be, when you stick a knife in it, it'll come out clean. That means it's done. And you should have some golden brown on the top. Start getting a little more. And this is about the consistency that we're looking for before we put it in the casserole or in the roasting pan. We're going to get our roaster pan out. Since I'm making a double recipe, we got a pretty good sized pan there. Just want to get it nice, evened out. Okay folks, all we like now is popping her in the oven, baking her out. If you want to, you can stuff this in the cavity of your bird, roast it with your bird. If not, do like I'm doing, cooking it separate. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time around.